We are Sports Talk 1080, the team Orlando's Tuck and O'Neill. I'm Jerry O'Neill with Mike Tuck. Here is the 20-page report from Commissioner Roger Goodell. It reads, it's the final decision on the appeal of Tom Brady. Here, you could just use all of this and use one word, guilty.
You got to have a lot of bathroom time to go through 20 pages of this story. I think we knew before the 20 pages came out that this smelt fishy. That Tom Brady clearly and the Patriots clearly were behind something with the footballs. They don't magically deflate 11 out of 12 of them. And I feel like from the very beginning, if he would have stepped up, Brady, the organization, and said, hey, look, we like the footballs a little bit lower. It's just the way I like my football. NFL quarterbacks like them all their particular way. They let too much air out. We take full responsibility. I think we all would have moved on with our lives.
Here's what I firmly believe, and I've heard others, including Mark Brunell, the former NFL quarterback. His fear was, Tom Brady's, that I'm not going to get to play in the Super Bowl because this all started breaking actually the day of into the following morning, of which this report tells us that Tom Brady was already practicing or beginning the cover-up. Talking to John Jastrzemski, who's the assistant employee, read the 20 pages and see if you can conclude that Tom Brady was not actively involved in a cover-up. As Richard Nixon found out, the cover-up's a hell of a lot worse than the crime itself.
No question about it. Once it's a lesson we all have to learn at some point in our lives that lying ultimately leads to worse consequences than if you just tell the truth to begin with. And even to the certain point, I would say, the 2 weeks in between the Super Bowl, between the AFC title game and the Super Bowl, look, even if you wanted to hold to it or remain silent during that time, then after the game, come clean with what happened, America would have been forgiving at that point.
I agree.
You just have to come off as contrite and sincere and be honest about the situation. I think the NFL would have been more forgiving. I don't think we'd be in a position where you have $1 million fine, loss of a first-round pick, and Tom Brady suspended for 4 games.
Yeah, and the continuation of the muddying of one of the biggest names in all of football, Tom Brady, who says on his Facebook page that I'm disappointed in the decision. He's made it clear to the NFLPA attorneys, the Players Association attorneys, that they will go forward with the federal courts. Whether they win there, they're probably going to seek an injunction to delay the process until the courts, who may or may not even act on it. We're not done with all of this yet. Deflategate continues.
Tom Brady is a future Hall of Famer. Now he's a current Hall of Shamer.
We are Tuck and O'Neill, 3 to 6 weekdays. Wow. The rhymer. Mike Tuck. I'm Jerry O'Neill. We're Sports Talk 1080, the team Orlando.